Okay, so once you have a good, strong introductory paragraph with a solid thesis statement, remember that the thesis statement kind of forecasts or predicts what's going to happen in the essay. You now need to write your developmental paragraphs of your essay. It might be a TOEFL essay or an essay for a class for your undergraduate or graduate, whatever, but this is where you need to spend about 80% of your time for the writing is working on your developmental paragraphs. Now, a good paragraph, I think, you need to understand a few things here. Number one, how to create a good topic sentence, and then how to use common transition markers. Transitions are things like next, furthermore, in addition, first, second, third. These things are important because they signal relationships from ideas from one paragraph to the next. For example, if you say in addition as part of a transition in a topic sentence, that means you're adding to the previous paragraph's ideas. If you have, on the other hand, as a transition marker, and that's part of a topic sentence of a paragraph, you're now saying that the information in this paragraph is different or opposite to the information that came before it. So first, let's talk about the topic sentences. Now, let me just give you an absurd example. What if you came to me and you, hey, Michael, how are you? And I say, Harrisburg is the capital of Pennsylvania. And you're like, why are you talking like that? So if you say, how are you, there is an expected response to that question. I'm fine, I'm not fine, right? If I say Harrisburg is the capital of Pennsylvania, you don't see the connection there, right? Now imagine if I take your writing, and imagine this. If I look at the writing assignment, and then I look at only your thesis, I look at only your topic sentences in your developmental paragraphs, and I delete everything else in the writing, the question is, do these sentences connect back to the writing task? Are they on topic? Now, you probably will say yes, of course they are, but you might not. It might not. So you have to be very careful on how you go about creating your topic sentences. Okay, so let's take a look at the qualities of a good paragraph. Number one, a paragraph needs to be unified around a main point. The main point needs to be clear to the reader. Now, two, generally, you should state the main point of a paragraph in the topic sentence. The topic sentence is usually found in the first line of the paragraph. The third idea is the remaining sentences in the paragraph must relate to the topic sentence. Now, let me give you one more tip here. Your topic sentence needs to be arguable. It needs to be an assertion. This is very, very important. Let me give you the word. You can look it up in your dictionary. It's assertion. A-S-S-E-R-T-I-O-N. An assertion makes a claim about something. And it needs to be, and you have to support it in the rest of the paragraph. You have to explain why you think that particular way. Now, let me take a look at two paragraphs. I gave you the two examples of a good paragraph and a bad paragraph. And let's take a look at just the topic sentences. Okay, paragraph one, it says, first, the internet has practically removed all barriers to communication that existed before the introduction of email. That's the first topic sentence. Now let's go to the second paragraph. It says, nowadays, a lot of people work in virtual teams. The second topic sentence is not an assertion. It doesn't make an opinion. It states a fact. It just says people work in virtual teams. There's no argument there. So it doesn't begin the essay, or it doesn't begin that paragraph with a good purpose, because there's nothing that needs to be defended after making that statement. So if you just did this one thing, it probably would solve a lot of problems in your writing. Is make sure that your thesis and the topic sentences in your developmental paragraphs don't just state facts, but they make assertions that need to be defended. Now, there's exceptions to what I'm telling you here. Remember that when you're writing a summary, you obviously don't want to make assertions in the beginning of each of your paragraphs because you're not defending or arguing anything. You're simply reporting information. So what I'm telling you right now, it relates to when you're arguing, when you're making arguments about something. Okay, so let's go back to the first paragraph that has a good topic sentence, and let's read it. It says, the internet has practically removed all barriers to communication that existed before the introduction of email. You no longer have to rely on postal departments to send important documents. Services such as chatting allow you to correspond online with a person. The internet also provides facilities such as net meeting and video conferencing, where you can actually conduct a meeting or a conference with people in different parts of the world. So you'll notice that all of those examples I gave you about not having to rely on postal departments and chatting online and then having facilities such as net meeting and video, it's showing you how the internet has removed barriers to communication, right? It all supports that assertion that was made in the beginning. So all the ideas in the paragraph, they all go back to the topic that was stated in the very beginning. So there's a unified main point in the paragraph, and the main point is stated in the beginning, and I like how the writer uses a word first. Okay, let's go to the disorganized paragraph. It says, nowadays a lot of people work in virtual teams. The members can live far away from each other or not know each other, but they work together. They belong to the same group. The efficiency of virtual teams is remarkable, which we can see in high-tech industry. Because of the internet, virtual teams occur. This is a significant stage of business field. Internet is medium, and I can connect with my family and friends even though all of us live in different countries. I can use internet to not only connect with the people whom I want to attach, but I can also do meaningful research. Internet makes people easy to find information that they want. So in this case, you have the paragraph is not unified around a main point. It talks about virtual teams. It talks about connecting with family. It talks about doing research. These are all three separate topics which you could discuss in separate paragraphs, and the main point of the paragraph is not stated in the beginning, and the rest of the sentences don't state the main point. And what's even more terrible with this is this writer has the danger of not directly answering the question. The paragraph doesn't directly address the writing task. If we go back to the previous paragraph, it says, first, the internet has removed all barriers to communication that existed before the introduction of email. So you can probably guess from the topic sentence that the question relates to the internet. Is the internet a good thing or a bad thing? So the writer in that topic sentence has directly addressed the writing task. In the disorganized paragraph, the writer does not directly address the writing task. So this paragraph is kind of going in circles. It gets more and more focused maybe by the end of the paragraph, but it doesn't directly answer the task from the beginning. So you definitely do not want to do that. So anyway, maybe from this lesson, make sure that each paragraph has a topic sentence. The topic sentence is clearly stated, and then make sure that the rest of the sub-support ideas in the paragraph, they help defend the topic sentence, which is essentially, with argumentative writing, it is an assertion that you state in the very beginning.